already know your friends are planning something. Just let me know, and this will all end.
I fixed the rock. Let them treat once, and that's it. I don't know what they're doing.
Maybe I'm not making myself clear. When you hold out on me, see if I can't persuade you to talk.
We see just one arc, son of a bitch.
Something tells me I don't have your full attention yet. Want to answer my question? Fine. Little warning though. This is gonna hurt. You think I'm fucking around here? Huh? You're pissing me off. Alright, you old piece of shit. This is how it feels when you hold out on me. I'll try not to bruise you up too much. You like playing games? Better you get off. Alright. Have it your way.
Přesně to jsem chtěl slyšet.
Surrounded by clanks.
Zkontroluj i vězně.
Surrounded by clanks. To earn respect. We see just one arc, son of a bitch. Check on the prisoners as well. Bust him there and clean them out. bust in there and clean them out. That works for me. Not the time to drop your guard. Need to learn respect. Got it.
Those cops won't be a problem anymore.
Too bad. I was just starting to warm up to them.
I can try and get some more down here if that's what you want.
No. It is better this happens now before I become too attached. You mind untying me?
Sure.
So, was it Tibor or Adela that asked you to help me? Or something else?
A man getting savagely beaten isn't something I can just watch, regardless of the reason.
Well, you know cops, right? Assholes do not need a reason.
I do know cops, and whether it's right or wrong, there's always a reason.
Look, all I know is that since the Ruzicka bombing, the police have been cracking down on us hard. They suspect ARC, of course, but they're blaming every AUG. For most of them, it's just another excuse to hurt us.
I thought you weren't a member of ARC.
My brother is. I just repair things for them sometimes. Heating units, security cameras. It is how I earn a living for my family.
Do you know if ARC was responsible for the Ruzicka bombing?
No. And I do not want to know. After this, I'm done with them. Being associated with ARC. Even if they are our only hope, it is not worth the pain. Look, you want to know what ARC is up to? You're going to have to ask them yourself.
Fair enough. How do I do that?
When you have robbed the man of all, the things... He is no longer the... He has no more of... Shit! Power? Something. Freedom. How does it go?
Are you feeling alright?
It is this week's passphrase. It is Selznick or Solzhenitsyn. Ah, I got it. When you rob a man of everything, he is no longer in your power. He is free again. Just remember the quote. It'll get you past Lubosh. He guards the way to the ARC elevator. Just repeat the quote, and he will let you in.
This'll help, thank you.
It is the least I can do. Thanks to you, I get to sleep in my own bed tonight.
Doesn't matter if they're a grandmother or a school boy. They have a log, they're a friend. Am I right?
I was saying that before the incident.
I can't believe they bomb our city and complain about their rights.
Exactly. Rucker talks about auger rights like they're a different race or something. Are their children born augmented? No, to hell with their rights. We should just get rid of all of them.
Don't get too close. I think I have tuberculosis.
You can't have TB. We cured that.
I know where the police have hidden some confiscated neurosis.
When's the last time Please. you saw them?
I know where the police have hidden some confiscated neurosis.
You heard about the bombing at the train station, right?
It's terrible. I still can't believe ARC would do such a thing.
They did it.
Get together. I know where the police have hidden some confiscated neurosis.
You can't just walk away from me.
Easy, trust me. I know where the police have hidden some confiscated neurosis.
Get over! Hey! I heard them. I didn't want to believe them.
Yeah, well, Tibor almost certainly is. I took some kind of passcode or key card off him. I've got a good idea what it's for, too. And if it is, proves he's ARC. No. An elevator. Useless to us. Unless we want to start a real war. Which we don't. He's a small fish, for sure. And Deshaun, probably not even involved, but well, let's not throw either back without getting something out of it. Okay, check in later.
Widoczny chcę przyznać, aspoň zatím.
All you ever talk about is Rabia. They said that about this animal too. Give me one good reason Rabia told me anything.
Messy.
Chicane. Tell Miller the mission's back on track. I've got an elevator passkey that'll get me into ARC territory.
Copy that. I'll do a flyby up ahead, get you the lay of the land. Hit me up when you're through.
You came here on purpose?
It was in the early days of this place. Nobody knew yet what it was really like. Her dad kicked her out because she was augmented, and my parents refused to take her in. She thought she'd be safer living here than on the streets in Prague.
And you came with her? That was really good of you.
Nevím, kam tu. Tady je spousta práce.
Is there something I can help you with?
You're Lubosh, right? Dushin Sokol told me ARC might have the answers I'm looking for. He sent me to you.
Dushin? I heard the police had him and his brother Tibor locked up in the Narrows.
Yeah, the cops were working Dushin over pretty good when I found him. Wasn't exactly a fair fight, so I stepped in.
Is he okay?
He'll be fine. Looking forward to sleeping in his own bed tonight.
Not a lot of people in here would be bothered to stop and help out the stranger.
What was happening wasn't right.
You took on the police by yourself, on their own turf?
And then Dushin pointed me to you.
He was right to do so, but I'm sure he would have given you something more. Some wisdom, maybe?
When you've robbed a man of everything, he's no longer in your power. He's free again.
Spoken like a true brother of the revolution. I think I even heard conviction in your voice. I'll unlock the elevator for you. Go on up.
Dushin said some of the police are using the Ruzika bombing as an excuse to hurt the Augmented in Golem City. Why do you think that is?
They're trying to manufacture a response from Talos to get ARC to fight back.
Violence begets violence.
That's right. And if ARC responds violently, then their case against us only builds. But Talos is too smart. He won't allow ARC to be baited into a false confession, even if it means that the people we sworn to protect are hurt.
How did you get involved with ARC?
I used to load freight for the Czech railway in Ostrava. After the incident, my employers were afraid of me. I was fired. So like most of the augmented in the country, I drifted into Prague, unlicensed and homeless. The police swept me up in a sewer raid one night, put a round in my leg and dumped me here. It wasn't long before Talos found me.
He gave you work?
He gave me purpose. He's the reason I'm still alive.
Can you tell me about Talos?
First time I met him, he's cutting a bullet out of me while trying to explain the history of the Gulag. He has his hand stuck in my leg, and he's encouraging me to study Stalinist labor camps. 3 months later, I pass him in the throat, and he says, "Lubosh, how's the leg? Are you studying the Gulag like I suggested?" Remembered me like it was yesterday.
Sounds like he has a good memory.
No, I mattered to him. Me, a nobody, mattered to a great man like Talos Rucker. That's the kind of man he is.
Great, thanks.
Jasně, tak si. Promiň, chtěl jsem tě zavolat dřív.
I made the mistake of going near the island and some arms being threatened.
More dangerous. You're not armed. They don't want you around. Do you know how many times I've been robbed? Too many. But not anymore.
Speak to me. This is a pleasant surprise. I wasn't expecting any customers today, given the unpleasantness outside.
Are you Louis Galois?
I am. If this is a referral, may I ask which of my customers was impressed enough to recommend me?
Tibor Sokol.
Ah, poor Tibor. But how may I be of service?
When I spoke to Tibor, he said you can help me get into ARC territory, undetected.
What did he say, precisely?
That you bring supplies into Golem for Talos Rucker, under the radar.
Tibor should be more careful what he says, and to whom.
He also said you would probably ask a favor in return.
Yes, as it happens, I do have a need for someone like you. The police have confiscated some neuropozyne of mine. They're keeping it in a storage locker at the entrance to the market.
So, for you to give me access, all I have to do is get your stuff back from cops who are aggressively anti-AUG.
These are desperate times, unfortunately. And you do seem to be a very capable man.
If that's what it takes, fine.
Excellent. I will await your return. But before you go, might I interest you in making a purchase?
I'll be on my way for now.
As you wish. But I hope to see you again.
Hello? Měli nás na to poslat
Pak nevidíš, co se tady děje?
Put a lid on this situation.
recent act of senseless violence has been laid at our feet. And yet all lamented. And here the repercussions will test our resolve, the strength of our convictions. We have been cast as the villain once again. Despite our defeats, our protestations, despite our dedication to the peaceful advancement of our cause, despite the fact that some of our own were killed in the attack at Rosika Station. But
One step at a time. Just remember that.
Got everything under control. Easy. We put a lid on this situation.
Keep it together.
To try something.
Kdyby sletěla do Ománu, by to nikdy neviděla. Co 200 klinicí přece dělat.
Ale je směšný.
Dělal jsem to zvedně. A teď mě prostě nechte na pokoji. Už po vás nechci nikdy slyšet.
You know what you are not. What's on the line?
Welcome back. Have you brought with you the article we discussed?
Here you go.
Excellent. In return, I will unlock the security door at the back of this room. Beyond that, you'll find a ladder which will take you where you want to go. Thank you for your assistance.
Pleasure was all mine.
As if any of us will be invited there. Besides, I'm not sure I could take the desert heat.
Jensen, getting lonely up here. Got an update for me?
Yeah, I discovered that favors are like currency in Golem City. We're back on track. I'm heading for an area called the Throat now. Should take me straight into Ark territory.
Good. I'll update Miller and do a flyby up ahead. Get you the lay of the land.
Copy that.
This ends in a bad way.
Vic! Victor, we got one. Patrolling the market, just like you said it would be.
I got it, brothers. Now, let's see what we've got here. These little guys can be tricky. Every once in a while, one of them will go off, even if you...
Should have tried cutting the blue wire.
If only life was that simple. You are lost, brother? It looks like you might have taken a wrong turn.
You must be the welcoming committee.
No. I am Marchenko. And Marchenko, he is more of a guardian. Like the hound at the gates of hell, yes?
I'm not real big on the classics.
That is a pity. What a man reads can tell you more about him than his face. Can I give you a little friendly advice?
Sure.
Go back. Go home. There is nothing for someone like you here.
How do you figure that? You don't know me.
I know this place, up ahead. We call it the Throat. And sometimes those get cut, yes? When outsiders come wandering in where they should not.
I'll take my chances. I just want to see where Ark hides out.
We are not hiding from anyone.
Tell that to the cops down below.
Do not listen to police and all their bullshit about Ark. Those Lupotia pricks are everywhere, breaking heads, making their mess, and we have to deal with it. Better watch yourself. They won't go easy on you either, leash or no leash.
It's not right what the police are doing. Someone has to stand up to them.
Is that you? Because it takes a lot to step out of line and answer back. And once you do, there is no return. Not everyone has the courage to take up the fight.
You make it sound like you're in a war.
It is a war. On us. On every augmented human. You see that, don't you? There is a moment coming, and it will be soon, when all of us will have to choose a side. Anyone who does not will just be in the way. And that could get them killed.
I thought Ark was about preserving human rights, not advocating armed revolt.
Here and now, brother, it is the same thing.
What you're talking about, that's terrorism.
Easy. I thought we were just two men having a conversation, discussing the issues of the day.
Like your friend Rucker? I see him on the net. He feel the same way you do?
Ah, yes. Talos. He is a good man. Strong, intelligent, principled. You could learn a lot from him.
Sounds like you already have. You're a regular true believer.
Live a day in this shithole, and you will be one too. You face what we face. The oppression, degradation, and you will know. Talos Rucker sees through all of it. He has answers.
Are you sure about that? Or is it just what you want to be true?
Well, as much as a political debate stimulates me, you are pushing my patience, and I have work to do. You have had your warning. Get out of here, while you still can.
If that was your recruitment speech, I gotta tell you, it sucked. The way I see it, after the bombing, tide's turning against you. Ark has made itself public enemy #1.
Yes, it may seem that way. For now. Until then. Sergei! Be careful in there, Shiny. Huh? Nasty rumors of a wrench getting scratches on his finish will scare the tourists away. Yes. We'll be seeing you.
Chicane, patch me through to Miller.
Give him a message. Patch you through. What am I, your fucking secretary now?
Jensen, I thought you were back on track.
I am. But I need you to run a name through iLink. Viktor Marchenko. Got a feeling about this guy.
Fine. But remember, you're there for Rucker. If he's behind these attacks, everyone else will fall in line.